This podcast is sponsored by nobody. Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back my good friend, the awesome Lisa Everetts. And we're going to nerd out on 80s sitcoms. Man, I am a huge sitcom lover of the 80s. Everything from Facts of Life to Mr. Belvedere to It's a Living, etc., etc. And it's going to be great to not only nerd out with Lisa, but to catch up with her as well. She is sometimes the co host of the Ninja Pop podcast where they talk about 80s movies. Really awesome podcast. Go check it out on Spotify or YouTube. And I just love talking to her. It's going to be another great nerd out today. We've done so many of these over the last 4 years or so. Also, today would have been Ray Charles' 95th birthday. Happy birthday, Ray. What I say now. Also, happy birthday to past guest Deborah Sullivan, the beautiful cackle queen herself. Also, happy National Bisexual Day. I am bisexual. Love whoever you want to love. That is all there is to it. So yeah, here is my new interview with Lisa Everetts. For everybody out there listening, we took like 40 minutes to get connected here. We got technical issues.
Yeah, technically you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, getting into 80s sitcoms, me and my mom, we used to watch ABC sitcoms a lot because, I don't know, we just related to them more. We watched NBC and CBS too, but the ABC ones were special.
I can't actually tell you which sitcom goes with which network.
Oh,
So,
I can.
I know you can. I know. So,
we had
pretty awesome.
we had Perfect Strangers, Head the Class, Max Headroom, Sledgehammer, Hooperman, the Slap Maxwell story, Mr. Belvedere.
A couple of them I never even heard of.
Which ones?
What did you say about the slap something slap?
Slap Maxwell story. That's where Dabney
Oh,
Coleman is a sports writer who thinks he's a detective.
nope, I never heard of that.
Oh,
I've never heard of it.
it lasted a full season. It was hilarious.
Wow. Okay. Well, are those some of your favorites? Some
Those
of your
were
faves?
yeah, those were some of my favorites. What were some of yours?
Okay, so if I tell you my favorite ones, these aren't all the ones that I watch, but my favorite ones, and I'm not sure what channels they were on, so
It's
you'll be able
okay.
to figure it out. Okay, the Golden Girls,
Yep.
Who's the Boss, Silver Spoons,
Hmm.
Newhart, Give Me a Break, Square Pegs, It's a Living.
Oh God, I love It's a Living. So many people I know don't know this one.
Yeah, I've actually watched that in the last year or so. It's on a channel that I watch, one of the like streaming channels, and I've watched it recently. So
Yeah, I've reconnected with It's a Living after so many years. It went off the air for a long, long time, and thanks to YouTube and Tubi, it's back.
yeah, it must be Tubi that I'm watching it on. Yeah,
Yeah, lately it's on Tubi more, but I actually interviewed the guy who plays the piano, Paul Kreppel.
yeah,
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 I just interviewed him when the year began or something.
yeah. I love that, and I love that it's a restaurant on a rooftop restaurant that they all work in together.
Yeah.
The restaurant itself is kind of cool, and like they're always in there like around the salad bar making salads and stuff, and in the actual kitchen there, and
Yeah.
the guy that played the cook on there wasn't he? He was in the movie Private School. I don't remember his name, but I remember him from other movies.
Yeah, that must be the first season because let's see, I know Burt Remsen was the chef in the first season. His daughter told me he hated that show.
Oh,
Um,
is that him? That might, is that him? Was that him who I'm talking about that was on private school with Phoebe Cates?
was he in private school? I can't remember.
Yeah. Is yeah, isn't he like the drunk? He's a drunk, like he's the dad of the one girl that is Betsy Russell's roommate,
I think so. I have to look it up.
and he like sticks his shoe in the water. I don't know if you remember that or not. I don't know his name as an actor, but his face I remember. So, but I think it's the same guy.
It may
He ends
be.
up liking he likes the woman on It's a Living that's like the hostess, it's the owner maybe of the restaurant, or she's the manager or
Yeah,
whatever.
Marion Mercer.
Yeah, wasn't she from Soap, right?
She may have guest starred on there, but I don't think she was a regular cast member.
Oh, wait, she was in something though. Oh, she was on. Oh, she was from Nine to Five. Nine to Five,
Yes,
right?
nine to.
She played Dabney Coleman's wife. Yeah,
Yes, she was. She was in 9 to 5. Yep.
yeah. Okay, I knew her from somewhere.
I
Yeah.
love. I loved her on It's a Living because she would be so cold, and then next thing you know, she would show heart, and then she would pull the rug out from under you.
Yeah, yeah, I like her. I did like her. I love their clothes, and I love how everybody dressed, and
Yeah.
I like Dan Gillian, and yeah, and then Crystal Bernard, I think, came on later in this
Yes.
in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before Wings. Yeah, it was after Happy Days. After Happy Days and before Wings, she was on It's a Living.
yeah, yeah,
I I
yeah. That was
I could not stand Silver Spoons. I do not like Ricky Schroeder.
yeah. I watched him in a movie not too long ago, and he was actually really creepy in that movie. But I remember in the '80s when I watched it, I loved it because I loved his room, and it reminded me of the movie The Toy. You
Mm,
know, and I loved Scott Schwartz's room in The Toy. With Richard Pryor. I wanted a bedroom like that. It's like, and
yeah.
so I like the whole house in Silver Spoons, but I watched it not too long ago. I tried to watch it,
Hmm.
and yeah, he was very whiny in it, and
Yeah.
a little over the top. Like I wasn't. Like sometimes like when I try and watch a TV show now,
Yeah.
I like watch one episode, and if it doesn't like get me like to watch a second episode immediately, I don't. It's like I've lost the whole lust for it. But
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's like,
Like I just watched
yeah,
I just watched Leanne Morgan's sitcom on Netflix that just started. It's produced by Chuck
yeah,
Lorre, and
yeah,
it was funny, but it just reminded me of like every sitcom I've seen in like the last 25 years of Chuck Lorre. It reminded me of Two and a Half Men and whatever else he's produced, Big Bang Theory and stuff. And it's just like I don't know. It didn't have a kick to it.
I actually watched Leanne because somebody else had told me about it, and I actually liked it. But
Hmm.
I feel like it was. Did you ever watch Reba?
Reba, oh yeah,
Yeah, it's almost that show. I mean, the whole premise of the show about her, husband leaving her and all that. It's the same exact thing. Even the whole getting pregnant, like the new Leanne, like the husband leaves her, he goes for a younger girl, he gets her pregnant, and then you find out like the woman he left her for is a dentist, and in Reba, her husband was a dentist, so it's
right.
almost too like almost copied. But I liked it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was pretty good.
Did you watch Webster?
Okay, so there's a whole list of sitcoms that I have never seen one episode of, and that
Okay.
would be one of them. Yeah,
Well, I loved Webster. I mean, yeah, at the time they were calling it a ripoff of Different Strokes because it's a little black dwarf, with white parents and stuff. But I don't know, there's something so cute about it. I don't know, I enjoyed it when I was a kid.
yeah. Well, I remember him like hanging out with Michael Jackson, but I don't know what it. See, it all depended what day of the week that the show was on and what I was doing back then because, like, I was busy a lot in the 80s. I was always doing stuff. Like, I wasn't, like, I think you're watching this stuff, like, because you're so much younger than me,
Yeah.
that you're watching it now in like, reruns of it. But as it was back in the 80s, like, I don't think it wasn't until, like, the mid 80s till we had a VCR.
Yeah.
So, like, if you missed it, you missed it. So, and if you were busy, you were busy. So, yeah. But yeah, I could tell you, like, there's a whole list of sitcoms that I've never seen one episode.
Well, let's talk about them. Like any that come to mind.
Yeah. Well, Moonlighting, I've never seen one episode.
Oh my God, that
Right?
show was brilliant.
Okay, I would actually like to watch Moonlighting now. And I keep thinking about Bruce Willis and all the stuff that he's going through with his health and
Yeah.
him not being able to speak now. And I've seen pictures of his daughters, posting pictures with him, and it makes me really sad, to think about. But it makes me, it's like all these people are getting so much older, and like, just like with Robert Redford's death and Lonnie Anderson. And I just, I just see her as like this young blonde in WKRP in Cincinnati, and I can't grasp the fact that she died at 79 years of age,
Yeah.
and is gone. So to me, it's like it's sad because like so many people are dying. But I never watched Punky Brewster. I never watched Mr. Belvedere. I hate to say this, but I never watched Elf, and I know that was a big one.
Yep.
And Charles in Charge. I never watched Murphy Brown. I never watched My Two Dads, Empty Nest, Just the Ten of Us, My Sister Sam, Small Wonder, and Perfect Strangers.
Oh my God, those were all the shows I was watching, and it's so crazy. Oh my God. Well, Moonlighting I want to bring up because it was such an important show because this show was meant to be a comeback for Sybil Shepherd, and it ended up making Bruce Willis a huge star, and she got pissed. It was not what she thought it was going to be. And the first two seasons was very much their relationship. And then when Curtis Armstrong, who played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds, came on, he became a big part of the storylines. And the show, by season 3, the show became very meta, very self-referential, very pop culture-y. It became a different show, but it was still funny, and it was still good. You know?
Yeah, I just watched Sybil Shepherd in a movie. I think it's called Married to It. And I have
Yes.
never seen that movie. I think it's an 80s movie.
It came out in 90. It came out in
I was
91.
thinking,
Yeah.
okay, later your early 90s, yeah. But I did not like that movie, and she was kind of annoying in that movie. I wasn't crazy about her in it, and I've never been really crazy about her in general as an actress, but
Right.
like I sometimes think she like overacts on stuff. But I would watch it because of Bruce Willis. I mean, I really like him, and I think I would like it because the previews that I've seen of it. I mean, I've seen tons of, I've seen clips, and so I know about it. I know they're like, aren't they like Moonlighting is? Are they private detectives? Is that what they're doing?
They're private detectives. They have he has a firm, and yeah, it's about their relationship, and they're trying to like solve mysteries, and they get into some really funny situations. There's a 4-part episode I can recommend where Mark Harmon guest stars, and he was like a guy that she dated like in college or something, right? And Bruce is like really jealous of their relationship, and he's an astronaut, and because he's an astronaut, Bruce calls him Luke Skywalker throughout the entire like 4-part arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
calls him Luke.
I think Bruce Willis is really funny. I loved him in the movie Blind Date with Kim Basinger.
Oh yeah,
I thought he was hilarious in that, and so and that's right around that time period. I think like that he was doing Moonlighting. I would say because that's kind of one of his it was his pre Die Hard movie, I think, and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I think he's funny.
Yeah, and he
So,
was on the show. I mean, all you have to do is watch the 2 hour pilot, and you could see that he was going to be a huge movie star because in the last half of the pilot, they are having an incident where they're like hanging off of a ledge, trying to get evidence for something, and you could tell that he was going to be an action star. You could just tell that Die Hard's coming in a few years.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I could watch Die Hard like over and over and over again. It's like I never get sick of it. So,
Me neither.
um, you know, um, I there's some other shows that I did watch that I didn't put on my favorite ones, but I really like them,
Which
and that's
ones?
the Wonder Years,
Yep, me
Wonder
too.
Years, A Different World.
I
Um,
never liked the Cosby shows that came out in the 80s. I just thought they were bland and just
I
overrated.
don't I'm not. I watched the Cosby Show when it was on, but now I have a whole icky feeling about the Cosby Show,
Oh yeah.
and I watched a couple episodes, and I think I've seen like just some clips. You know,
Hmm.
I saw Felicia Rashad. She was at. Was it the Emmys that they just did? Was that the award show they just did recently? That she was
Yes.
all dressed up and she
Yeah.
was doing like a kind of like a tribute to Malcolm Jamal Warner. She was
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, she was like stunning.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Newhart. I don't know if I said it was one of my favorites, but I wish that I think that that because it was set in a hotel like a B&B in Vermont.
Hmm.
Like I think they should do an updated version of Newhart because I would watch that for sure because that's like totally up my alley because of me doing a B&B, and I think that
Well,
I think I could be a creative writer for that because like I could tell people like crazy stuff that people do that I guess you could turn it into being funny, but
yeah.
some of it,
Well,
yeah.
I cut 2 years after Newhart went off the air. He did another sitcom that only lasted a season called Bob, where he played a comic book artist. He's basically playing Stan Lee in his own sitcom, and I don't know why it didn't catch on, but I think if it had lasted a while, it would have been very popular because of the comic book culture. You know?
You know what? I feel like a lot of the shows, and not even like just of the '80s, but even of the '70s, like shows that were maybe like just on one season. I
Yeah,
feel like they could get ideas for new shows from
yeah.
those shows because there was very few channels back then. So there was a lot more. There was a lot more creativity back then and unique stuff that
Mm,
didn't get to make it because they didn't have enough channels to put everything on. And so they had to kind of give people the boot before they ever even got a start. And so, like, I feel like now, since they seem to be tapped out of ideas, that they could go back and maybe get some, you know, go build off of like some of the stuff that never really made it, but was good quality. It just they didn't have anywhere to go with it. So,
yeah.
um,
Do you remember?
I love. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you remember Amen?
I I remember. Yeah, that's one of the ones I didn't watch. With
Yeah,
yeah, like the Jeffersons. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I would watch it on Saturday nights with my nana. We'd watch 227 and Amen
227. Yeah. But what day did you say it was on? What day?
On Saturday nights, like at 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I watched all the time, and now it's in. I still like it. Is Roseanne?
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it now because of what's happened to her and stuff. But I remember watching it with my mom, and my mom reminded me of her when I was a kid, and we used to joke about it all the time.
Yeah, like she just. I mean, in the beginning when she first come on, I
Mhm.
thought she was obnoxious when I first
Yeah,
like ever heard Roseanne Barr do stand up or anything. She and I cannot stand that movie She Devil. I can't even get through it.
yeah, that's
I
not
just
a good one.
yeah, but then as it went on, I think they got better writers, or she, I mean, well, she ended up, her and Tom Arnold then took over the show, I think, because she was Roseanne Barr, I think, when she started, because her husband was on a few episodes in the beginning, but then I think Tom Arnold came on as like a character on the show, and then the two of them got together, and then it kind of changed. But then I kind of liked it during that time period, and then, I mean, when they brought back the Connors, we watched the first couple seasons of that, and then it just kind of fizzled out. I just didn't
Mm-hmm.
really, like get into watching it again. But I can still watch like an episode, like if it's on TV and I'm bored or something, I can
Yeah.
watch Roseanne or, but I did like Growing Pains kind of too. That was another one that I liked.
I'm trying to get Jeremy Miller on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's been doing podcasts lately, and he's like a chef now, and I'm trying to get him on. So hopefully I'll get him.
Have you tried getting any of the girls from Give Me a Break on? Because I think,
Yes.
I said,
Um, I was connected with what's her name, Lori Hendler, and she was kind of a bitch, and she just was not interested. And then Kari Michelson, I've been connected with her on LinkedIn for a while. She said she gave me this email address. I emailed it, never heard from her. This was like 5 6 years ago. And then Laura Jill Miller, I'm trying to get in touch with her, but she's like a big voiceover artist now, because she's got that little voice. And she used to be a
yeah,
lawyer. She was a lawyer after
yeah,
Give Me a Break.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I'd like to get Kari or Laura Jill on next year for the 45th anniversary. So hopefully I can get one of them.
Yeah, Kari's on Facebook. I've seen her on there. She posts a lot on there,
Yeah,
actually.
and she's still
Yeah.
gorgeous. Oh my God! Remember when she was in that movie Saturday the 14th?
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What's her name? Julie Pekarsky, who was on the first season of The Facts of Life. She
Yeah.
was up for that part, but then she thought she had to be naked in the bathtub with the creature from the Black Lagoon, and as it turns out, she didn't have to be. You could just see, her legs and her shoulders or whatever. But that whole
Yeah.
scene cracks me up. He says to her in his language, "Excuse me, have you seen a contact lens?"
Well, why couldn't they just? She could have got a body double for that scene.
Well, she's a conservative Christian.
So she didn't even want the idea of it having been her to be at all, even if it wasn't really her.
Yeah, yeah. God, so many conservative Christians were on TV back in the day. It's kind of creepy.
Did you have her on your podcast?
Yeah,
John?
I had Julie on last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a friend of mine was going to go meet her and meet some of the girls from Facts of Life or at a Comic Con or something, or one of a convention of some sort. So I did love the Facts of Life, and I did love the first season of the Facts of Life more than any other season. So I
I,
liked it when they had all the girls. Yeah.
yeah, well, I like the second season too. That's when Cousin Jerry was on there. I had her on years ago. She's the one with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually go with a girl that has cerebral palsy. So I was thinking about Jerry, because of her,
Mm-hmm.
and how she was like a really, she's a good role model for disabled, people
Oh
back
yeah.
then. You didn't see that on TV. So,
Remember, remember,
yeah,
remember, we got it made.
yeah, with Terry,
Copley. Yeah,
yeah,
She's a conservative
yeah.
Christian now.
I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, she's real. She's on Facebook and she's really deep into all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so like let's see, it's Stephanie Kramer from the show Hunter, the crime show.
Yes.
She was on
She
the
was.
first season of We Got It Made, and after the show got canceled, she went to Hunter, but she told me she had fun that first season that We Got It Made was on, and then the other female roommate in the first season, Bonnie Yurseth. I had her on. She was on Punky Brewster. She played a mentally challenged janitor who could play violin really well.
Do you remember it, what was the show? Making It. Do you remember it? I don't know if it was 80s or 70s. With David.
Oh yeah, is that the one with Dee Wallace?
With David Naughton.
David Naughton, but isn't it Dee Wallace on it too?
Dee Wallace?
Yeah.
Dee Wallace Stone?
Oh no. She had a sitcom with Elliot Gould that lasted a season. That's what I'm thinking of.
Ellen Travolta was in it, and they were like had a diner like theme, and he sang the theme song to it.
Okay.
Do you remember that song? I love that song.
I don't remember it, but I did meet David. I met David at a convention. He's a very nice man.
I just watched American Werewolf in London like maybe a week ago.
Oh, yeah. you know the part when Jenny Agutter is like tickling the little Mexican boy in the hospital bed?
He says no. He says no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to just wish that was me. I always had a crush on Jenny Agutter.
Oh, that's so funny because me and my mom, we actually would like go no, like no,
yeah.
Like when he said that, like if she'd ask me a question and it was no, I would say it like that kid, like, and we both, it was like. That's why some things like that I really miss my mom because like we had like a language of like shows and between like movies and stuff that quotes and stuff that nobody that I know like today even like would get it if I said that
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer. I didn't realize like how many sitcoms there were, and then also like how many like from the 70s kind of went over into the 80s, and then I didn't know if you were sticking with just 80s or even like the TV shows that I watched in the 80s. Some of the sitcoms that were still on TV were repeats and reruns of stuff from the 70s. So
I was watching Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days and all my parents' stuff like the Munsters and the Addams Family and Get Smart and Green Acres. Yeah, F Troop. Yeah, so many of those shows I watched. I mean, it was the syndication era, and like the Honeymooners and I Love Lucy was on at like 2 a.m. I remember.
I even like I Dream of Jeannie and was like funny. It was I don't know if you call that a sitcom, but like Tuesday night me and my brother watched Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and Three's Company. And then I think Two Foods for Comfort came on at 9:30.
Yep.
We had to go to bed at 9:30 because it was on a school night. And my brother was younger than me, and so he was supposed to go to bed at 9, and I was allowed to stay up to watch Three's Company. And he would stand on the steps and like say you need a drink of water, or he would just he would ruin it for me because he would be like trying to like come down and watch it, but he was supposed to be going to bed, and I was like trying to make him go to bed, and it's like you're supposed to be up, and then I miss it, and it's like I'm older, I get to stay up in a half an hour late just to watch this this one show, and you ruin it for me, so. But Tuesday nights were a good night on TV.
I always have to bring this up with I Dream of Jeannie. They had to reshoot the pilot because her belly button showed, right? And how it happened was, there was a reporter from the local news. He was sneaking onto the set, and he took a picture of her without her consent, with her belly button showing, and the pilot hadn't even aired yet because they were filming it. So it went to the newspapers, and then there was this big catastrophe of like, they're going to start showing belly buttons on TV. It's going to shock all the parents out there who are letting their kids watch this and what have you. So they had to reshoot the pilot without her belly button being shown, right? Now, 2 years later, when that Star Trek episode airs with Barbara Luna and Nichelle Nichols showing theirs, it was forever done. Like, then everybody could show their belly buttons on TV. I mean, they could in the movies starting around that time, but not on television. It's really weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's like the Brady Bunch. I think in some they were they like they were by then allowed to sleep in the same bed together, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of shocking, like what they didn't allow and what they allow now. So.
Yeah.
But is that what got you into the whole belly button kind of
No, it's
um?
it's always been ingrained in me. Just TV, just made it all the better for me. But like, no, it's always been a part of me.
It's a little fetish like thing you got going on there with the belly button stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
always.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All
Did you watch?
right.
Did you watch Dear John?
That's with Judd Hirsch.
Yeah.
I did not watch that, but I remember these shows. I mean, I know who they are and who's in them, but it's just like I have Kate and Allie too
Oh, I
on
love them.
DVD like of the first season, but I have yet. I think it's going to be one of the things I want to watch over the winter. I know that this isn't. I know that this isn't 80s, but everybody loves the Gilmore Girls, okay?
Yeah.
And I've tried watching that a couple times, and I can't get into it. And I'm just not. And I know it's like 90s, and they've done all this stuff on it. And I was thinking
Yeah.
that I would watch that this fall.
Yeah.
And now I had nothing to watch, so that because I'm not really crazy about it. It's not like I can get into it. So I'm thinking of trying Kate and Allie instead of Gilmore Girls. So yeah.
Yeah, Kate and Allie, it's funny. I saw a movie that Jane Curtin and Susan St. James did in 1980 before Kate and Allie started called How to Beat the High Cost of Living, where they play.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, Jessica Lange is the third one, and they're trying to prove themselves to men. I just love it. And Jane Curtin had like a body double to get naked at the shopping mall.
You know what? I just watched that just a few years ago for the first time.
Yeah.
I forget what it was on the streaming channel, but I really liked it. I thought it was good.
And Dabney Coleman's in it. He's the cop who's in love with Jane Curtin.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think he's a goner too. He's gone. He made it into his 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, Greg. My friend Greg with the podcast. He was supposed to meet Dabney Coleman at ChillerCon last year, but he canceled his appearance, and then he died a few months later.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like Family Ties a lot too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, Back to the Future was on the other night, and I was watching. I just flipping through the channel and saw parts of it, and was thinking how big Michael J. Fox was in the 80s. Between the movies and the TV show, he was really a big celebrity back then. So.
I mean, he was my hero because he was short. I've always been tall, and like I thought he was short and he was cool, and I was just like, I want to be Michael J. Fox.
You know what? When you just said that, when you said because you were short, I was going to say, aren't you tall? I mean, I know I have never met you like in person, but in pictures you look huge next to people.
I'm 6'3". Yeah.
I'm 5'10", so I'm tall too. I like being tall. So.
Did you play basketball?
Yeah. I play basketball now.
Oh yeah.
I play basketball all the time now. Yeah.
I'm terrible at it.
Oh, I love it. I love basketball. I played. I didn't play on a team in school or anything. I played for a little bit in like elementary school, but not. I ran track and cross country in high school. So,
nice.
But the show that's my favorite of all these sitcoms is The Golden Girls. I watched. I think during COVID, I watched that like over and over and over. And I love that show. And I don't know if I watched it in the 80s, but I think now because what's stunning to me is that I'm older than Rue McClanahan was when she was on the show, and I'm getting close to the ages of the those other women, and
Yeah.
it's shocking to me.
Have you ever seen Night of the Demons?
I have seen it, but I can't read it long time, like maybe
Well,
15 years ago.
the main demon girl is Rue McClanahan's niece.
Have you talked to her?
Oh God! So I tried so long to get connected with her to do an interview, and then Greg connected me with her because he had her on, and she said that she didn't want to do the podcast because the name Splat from the past sounded offensive to her. You know, she's a narcissist. Let's be honest. And she said, if you want me to interview, if you want to do an interview with me, donate $50 to my next trip to Africa, because she's like an animal rights person or whatever. And I was just like, have a nice day.
Well, I like that she's an animal rights activist because I like animals, but I that's kind of extortion, a
Yes.
little bit there, but yeah, but yeah, yeah, I don't understand. I don't, whatever, yeah. So,
Do you
I mean,
remember?
what else was she in? I mean, besides
She did.
that.
She was she in. She was in. Um, I think she was in Fast Forward, but she was just like a background dancer in that movie. Um, and she was in some other movies where she was a dancer, because that's where she came from. She was a dancer, and then she did 3 Night of the Demons movies, and then that was it. She got out of the business and started doing animal rights stuff.
Okay. Well, what was offensive about Splat from the past?
A couple
That
people have told me it's offensive because it reminds them of masturbation, which I'll be honest with you, it was a partial pun on that when I first started the podcast. But it's
oh,
also the fact that it's from the past is offensive to them, because it makes them sound like they're done, like they don't like they're not working today. And it's like, no, I talk to people who are working all the time. I just like to focus on their stuff from the past because that's what I grew up with, you know?
that's not what I thought at all when I think of what it would stand for. I thought it was like taking a little bit of like everything from the past. Like here's like a little bit just right
Right.
here, like a little bit, like a little splat of this, a little splat of that, like a little dabble. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's what I thought. So
Right. Well,
yeah,
I do talk about the present, but only in spurts. So yes, you could look at it that angle too. Yes. And so
yeah. My brain didn't go to the offensive. So yeah.
yeah, well, it all depends on the person. If you happen to be a narcissist like she is, or whoever else who has said this to me, then yeah, that's how their mind works.
And yeah, mine's not that depraved, but yeah. I just think, and like, I just think, I don't know. I'm like, to me, it just fun. It sounded fun to me. So I just,
Oh, that's
yeah.
sweet. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it.
Uh,
Um, I
so,
wanted to bring up a couple short-lived sitcoms and see if you remember these, because they were like they did well in the ratings, but then people just pulled them. Do you remember the famous Teddy Z?
nope, I got never heard of that.
Okay, John Cryer, after his movie career completely went down the toilet in 1988, he was on this sitcom, The Famous Teddy Z, where he's a Nepo baby in show business who wants to be a famous agent. And so he calls himself the famous Teddy Z so he can get his foot in the door and everything. And I don't know why, but it didn't catch on after a season and stuff. It started off well, and then the ratings really faltered. And me and my mom used to watch it, and we thought it was pretty funny.
Hmm. Nope, I did not. Never heard. I don't know that. There's a movie that I that he is in, that Hiding Out,
Love
but I've
Hiding
never seen
Out.
that movie.
I love that
I've never
movie.
seen it.
I
Yeah.
recommend it. Keith Coogan is in
Okay.
it, and Annabeth Gish,
Yeah.
another crush of mine I want to interview.
I love Annabeth Gish from Mystic Pizza. So
Oh,
if you ever get,
she is great in that movie.
I love Mystic Pizza. It's like I've been to Mystic, Connecticut 3 times. I've been to the Mystic Pizza and ate pizza at Mystic Pizza, been to the film set locations of the movie where they have dinner with Julia Roberts, have
Yeah.
dinner with the rich family. I was at that house. Yeah.
It's funny, in everything
So,
I see her in, she can either be a tomboy or a girly girl, and I think she's a little of both in real life. I've heard her do interviews where she has no filter, she tells it like it is, and she seems like she'd be hella cool.
uh, yeah, I would love to. She would be somebody I would like to meet.
Yeah.
So, and what's the other ones? You said there was more on the
What a
ones that were.
country.
What a country. That sounds familiar.
Okay, Yakov Smirnoff, the Russian stand-up comedian.
Oh
He
yeah,
he's in a citizenship class. It's kind of like Welcome Back, Kotter in a citizenship class. The guy who played John Candy's brother and Uncle Buck is the teacher, and so it's Yakov, it's Harry Waters Jr. who played Marvin Berry in Back to the Future, and a couple Indians and an Asian, and Don Knotts is the principal of the high school that they use for the citizenship class.
yeah. Now Yakov Smirnoff's name sounds more offensive to me than anything else. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that sounds.
Well, there was a rumor for years that he wasn't a real Russian, that he was just a guy. He was a Jewish guy just playing a Russian, but as it turns out, he really is that guy. And yeah, Smirnoff is his real name.
Yeah. I remember seeing him like on stand up. There was
Rodney
like
Special,
what was it?
Rodney Dangerfield's Young Comedian Special.
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield. Yes.
Yeah,
With Sam Kinison and
Bob Saget and Rita Rudner. Yeah,
I love them.
yeah, me too.
I remember watching that one. Yeah, I love that one.
That's what got me into stand-up when I was 2. Like, my parents taped it off of HBO when I was 2, and that just began my love for stand-up.
Yeah. Did I ever ask you if you know my friend Eddie Brill that is a comedian?
Yeah.
You
brought him up. No, but you've brought him up.
Okay, because like he's still stand-up comedian, and his son is a stand-up comedian now too. Yeah.
How about you?
My husband's a stand-up comedian too.
Who?
Danny Long. Danny Long. Dan Long. He ended up in Florida, all around Florida. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Him and his wife. His wife's name's Minda Moe.
Huh.
He's a comedian too. Yeah.
How about Check It Out? Do you remember that one with Don Adams?
Don Adams from Get Smart?
Yeah. He's okay. It's like mid-'80s. It was in Canada for some. I don't know what propelled him to do a Canadian sitcom, but he's like the owner of a department store. And I interviewed one of the girls who played one of his employees years ago, named Tanya Williams. She's a Black Canadian actress, and she's like a life coach now or something. But like, I remember that sitcom. It wasn't very good. USA Network, when they first started, the content they created was very, very bad. They had a cop show with Stephen Shellen and Christopher Plummer. I can't, for the life of me, remember the name of it, but it was bad. Really, really bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know I don't know any of those. Yeah. Nope. So no, I think but My Sister Sam, like that, I never watched that. That was like a sad.
Yeah. I never watched it. I just remember, her getting killed and just thought that was the saddest thing. Now, because I never watched My Sister Sam, right? My dad used to say, Rebecca Schaefer, from My Sister Sam, and I thought he was talking about my aunt, whose name is Kitty. I was like, My Sister Sam, what? And so I remember saying at school in first or second grade, my dad's sister is a movie star. Her name's My Sister. He calls her My Sister Sam, and everyone was like, that's a TV show. True story.
Yeah, that's sad. I actually watched like the documentary on what happened to her. So that was really cool. Now, I never Empty Nest wasn't that a spin? It was a spin-off of the Golden Girls,
Right.
and Christy McNichol was on it, and I really liked Christy McNichol during the 80s.
I met
I
her.
loved like little. Did you?
I met
Yeah,
her.
I was.
I met her a month before the pandemic. One of my favorite celebrity encounters, if not the favorite. She was just so warm and friendly, and like I told her how much that movie, Just the Way We Are, just changed my life when I
I
was
love
little.
that movie.
It changed my life
I love
because
this movie.
because I have disabilities too, and so like whenever I feel down, I watch that movie.
Yeah, my friend who's in a wheelchair, she told me about Just the Way You Are, and told me about it, and then she bought it for me, and I watch it every winter because
Yeah,
it's like a winter. Yeah, because did she have polio in it, or and then
she
she
had like
had a brace, but then she has a broken leg, so just
she
so that
no yeah,
it
yeah, she was born with like a defect or something, and so she had to
yeah,
pretend that she had a broken leg, and then by the end of the
yeah,
movie she just fessed up and said, this is who I am.
yeah, yeah. I like it, and I like Patrick Cassidy in that movie. The scene where they're dancing.
Right.
It's
and
a, and
and,
yeah,
and
that's
Carradine, Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds is in it too, and
yeah.
and
But
Lance.
Patrick Cassidy and Christy dance to, I think it's Frida's. I know there's something going on.
Yes.
Don't they dance to that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Lance Guest, from the Last Starfighter, he's the operator boyfriend.
yeah. He comes as the gorilla.
Yeah,
Too. Yeah, and I don't like that part though. I thought
yeah,
what a loser. Yeah,
yeah. He's a nice guy. I've interviewed him. Very nice.
yeah. He actually looked like my high school boyfriend.
Really?
So, yeah.
I got to bring
Yeah,
up
this because the last Starfighter that he's in with Catherine Mary Stewart.
Kathy. Yeah,
A lot of people you thought I looked like her, and I'm like, well, he looked like my high school boyfriend. So like when I see that movie, I'm like, yeah, I like I could see, where
I'm never
my son even thought.
I'm never gonna see that movie the same now.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll think of you and your high school boyfriend when I watch it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
remember? Do
All
you,
right.
do, do you do you remember? This was like the worst sitcom ever. It was called The Charmings.
Oh, it has the girl from He Knows Your Loan in it.
Yes, Caitlin Heaney.
And yeah, Caitlin O'Heaney. Yeah,
Yeah, she
and
was in she was in 3 O'clock High. She was the hot teacher.
I have 3 o'clock high and I've never watched it. But the Charmings, I remember it from it being previewed, and I think isn't Chris Rich in it? Is from Reba?
Yep,
Isn't he the
Chris
prince in
Rich
it?
is in it.
Yeah.
The little dwarf Corky Hubert from Caveman is in it. Carol Houston replaced Caitlin O'Heaney after the first season. I don't know why, but I interviewed Carol. She's very sweet.
Well, Caitlin O'Heaney was on Facebook, and I was one of her friends on Facebook because I love the movie He Knows You're Alone. It's like
Oh
when
yeah,
I watch it, I love that movie.
I've
I
talked to a
love it,
couple
and
people
it's like
from it. Yeah.
oh, I love that movie. Back in the 80s when I watched it, it terrified me. But
Hmm.
now, as an adult, there's something about it. It reminds me of like the town I grew up in, the little small town. I like the goofy kind of Charlie Brown background music in it,
Yeah.
even though it's like scary. It's like and I like her in it, and I love the house in it. And then I like the guy that plays the boyfriend in it. Scardinio, isn't his name? Scardino.
Yeah, Don Scardino. I'm actually going to try to get him on soon because he was in Squirm and he was in Cruising with Al Pacino and a bunch of great movies.
Yeah, I liked him in He Knows You're Alone.
Yeah.
And but I don't know what happened to her. I mean, she was at a event that I was at one time, and I was going to go get her autograph, but when I went to where her table was, she was out to lunch or something, and so I didn't, and then we got busy, and I didn't get to go back. But
I reached
I would
out
have
to
liked,
her.
and I meet her. Yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to her years ago and never heard back. But I've interviewed Dana Hill and Dana Barron. I'm sorry, Dana Barron, Russell Todd, and the director of He Knows You're Alone, Armand Mastriani.
Oh yeah. And then the girl that played her name's Elizabeth. She was Bradley Cooper's like acting teacher. She was the one friend in it. She died like some years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know who I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth Kemp.
Yeah. As she got older, I thought she got really even prettier. I could like she reminded me of Diane Cannon a little bit, you know.
Oh yeah, she was a hottie.
Yeah, and I think she had cancer. I think she died like maybe early 60s. Like she was in her early 60s. But yeah, I think Bradley Cooper was her student.
Yes.
Acting class.
And Tom Hanks was in it, of course.
Yeah, it was his first movie. I love the fun house in it. It reminds me of a place like near me that we go to all the time. And every time I go through the haunted mansion at Noble's park, it reminds me of He Knows You're Alone.
Remember the Fun House, the Tobe Hooper horror movie?
The Fun House, I just bought it. I just watched it for the first time a few weeks ago. I posted about it.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine gave it to me on Blu-ray for my birthday. It could be one of my new favorite old movies, like horror movies.
The guy who wrote it blocked me on Instagram.
Why?
Years ago, I was trying to get him on the podcast, right? And he thought that I was just another crazy fan trying to get him on his podcast. He didn't know I was legit, right? And so he's always sending me like information about, the Blu-ray for Funhouse, or I'm going to be at this con or that con and stuff, right? And then one day I just send him the link to my channel to show him I was legit. Next thing I know, he blocked me.
The actor that was in that, he played Marshall on Urban Cowboy. I can't remember his name now.
Let me look that up. I know I've interviewed Miles Chapin, who was in the movie, though.
The guy that I'm talking about, what's his name?
Cooper Huckabee.
Huckabee, yeah. Cooper Huckabee, yeah.
Yeah, he was on Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, I always thought he was cute.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him. Yeah. So, you get him on. Let me pass his number on to me.
I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise anything.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
I used to watch. Out of This World. Did you ever see that?
Out of This World. It sounds familiar. Who was in it?
Okay, Maureen Flanagan was the main girl. She was Evie. She's the girl from outer space. I had a huge crush on her. I used to rush home from school just to watch her. Donna Pascal from Saturday Night Fever played her mom. Doug McClure played the town mayor, who eventually got demoted to town sheriff because Donna Pascal became the town mayor. And Buzz Belmondo, very funny stand-up comedian / magician from San Francisco, was on it. And remember Cloak and Dagger?
Yeah, I had that movie, but with Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, the little girl played one of her friends on it, Christina Nigra. I've tried to get her on. She's a lawyer now, and she's super busy.
Yeah. Donna Pascal was in the Angie.
Yep.
I love that show.
Yeah.
I love that. I have the different. I think it's called the Different World. Is that the name of the song? I think it's the theme song of Angie. But I mean, what's his name? Robert Hayes was in that.
Yep.
And I remember I was friends with him on Facebook, and I asked him when they were going to put Angie out on a DVD, and he said, "You tell me."
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. But then they did, and then I have it, and I watched it. Yeah.
I met Robert at my first HorrorCon, and he was a sweetheart of a guy. And I've tried DMing him to get him on the podcast and stuff, but then I see him supporting Trump on Facebook, and I'm just like turned off by it. So
Yeah, you don't need that.
no, no. I've talked to enough of those people without even knowing it, and I was glad I didn't know it at the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. But he was a sweet guy when I met him, so it was a great experience. You know what was
I just can't put anybody that is in the entertainment industry at all supporting Trump in any way whatsoever, because so many people hate him, and
yeah.
all that he's doing right now. Like, you want to talk about funny is I love Jimmy Kimmel, and it's like, have you ever gone down to a taping of a show?
I've been to Conan O'Brien's taping.
Because you're in California, you could go to Jimmy Kimmel's out there in California.
Well, I could, yeah,
Yeah.
but I did go to Conan in 2016 at Warner Brothers Studios, and it was a fantastic experience. I got to use a Warner Brothers bathroom, and I see all these Bugs Bunny posters and stuff all over the wall. I'm like, I'm at Warner Brothers Studios, and the back lot looks like Pee-wee's Big Adventure still. It never changed.
Yeah, if I lived in California, I'd be trying to get on a game show.
Oh, I tried that.
I'd get on a game show.
Yeah, I tried that. So many of those game shows, they got a long waiting list, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I would get on. I would get on Wheel of Fortune. I would try and get on Wheel of Fortune, and The Price is Right. And I'd love $100,000 pyramid. I would do that.
Yeah.
If I was in a place that I didn't have to fly to get there to be on the show, I'd try out as a contestant for a game show. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. So to wrap this up, how's recovering from your surgery going, and like how have you been dealing with the aftermath of your mom's passing lately?
My surgery, I keep forgetting I even had surgery, so it's not. It's like what makes me mad about the whole thing is that I went through all that because I had a lump on my thyroid, and I thought it might be cancer because I've been through cancer before, and $40,000 is what it costs to take that out, and it's because they did a biopsy on me first. That doesn't even include the biopsy and the ultrasound, and you would think that they would be better at perfecting biopsies so that they don't have to put somebody through surgery, because they ended up taking out a part of you have these parathyroids in there, and they have 4 of them, and they took out one by mistake. So I got, I'm glad I have insurance, but $40,000 to find out you don't have cancer when it was just a lump that you didn't even know you had, that they found because of something completely unrelated.
Yeah.
And that to me is crazy.
Yeah.
And then the stuff with my mom, I'm still in the middle of several lawsuits with that. So they're coming to an end very soon, I do believe. So hopefully, because I would like to not have to have all that in my mind, in case I have to. If I have to go to court and I have to talk to a jury, then I have to remember everything, and so I can't put it out of my head completely. So, I would rather just live in denial. That works for me.
Yeah. God, that is just crazy. My mom just had a surgery. She had like a little, screwed up artery in her heart, corrected. It was like pre-plaque, but not really plaque. And so they just went in through her groin and yanked that thing out, and she's been recovering since.
Oh, well, I hope she's doing okay.
Oh yeah, she has her good days and her bad days in general. So she's a tough Italian broad who's strong.
Oh, well, good. How are you doing though? You seem to be.
Well,
I'm glad you asked me back because I haven't got to talk to you in a while.
Last October, my health was pretty bad because of my diabetes and lack of exercise and eating right. And I've been in a dieting program since February, and I'm taking Manjaro shots every week, just once a week. And I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm feeling good and just feeling grateful and healthy.
Yeah, my son's taken Wegovy, and he's lost 65 pounds.
What's Magovy?
Wegovy,
Vigovy.
Wegovy. Yeah, it's a what are they, the SP whatever they are, the gluten, the just like Ozempic.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. They told me that. Yeah, I mean Ozempic. It's going to be
yeah,
extinct pretty soon because so many people are complaining about it. And I have a joke. I say Ozempic doesn't agree with me. I'm Exempic.
you're exempt from
Yeah,
Ozempic.
Exempic. Yeah.
Ozempic. Yeah, like I've seen people that weren't even like overweight that were doing like Sharon Osbourne and Kelly Osbourne, and they are like they've lost so much weight, they're like skeletal now, and so I think I'd rather have a few pounds and be emaciated. I just, yeah. Yeah, but like some insurances don't cover that. So I mean, my son's in Norway, and so it's not that expensive over there. But here, everything's a screwed up mess. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I have a question about your bed and breakfast. Now,
yeah.
it's a little edgy, but it's straight up legit. I really want to know this.
Okay.
When you have couples staying there, whether it's for a honeymoon or an anniversary or whatever purposes, do you make them sign a waiver in case they cause damage due to their sexual activity in the room?
No, but somebody did break my jacuzzi last weekend, and it was I don't know what they did, but they both busted the thing that pushes the jets off and on. So now I have to find a plumber that can fix that. And
Hmm.
it's like, that's the thing about this is that I mean, somebody, they pay me like $150 a night or whatever, for a room, and then they come do $2,000 worth of damage to my house in one night. So there is a big drawback to doing it. People think it is like kind of glamorous and kind
Yeah.
of cool and kind of new heart whatever. It's like, but yeah, no, people. I've had people on their honeymoon that I had people on their honeymoon that she must have had her period and totally looked like a murder scene in the room. And they come down to breakfast like hello, and like knowing what they left me up there in that room, and didn't say a word. Just like when people break stuff and they don't say a word, if they would tell me, I mean, I've never charged anybody any damage for anything, but people have done a lot of damage, and they just wander out the door like as if like, oh, good luck at finding what I did. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, and then I find it, and it's like, well, how can I get somebody in here to fix that before I have the next people that come here? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like that's the kind of crap that is like very insensitive, and
Yeah.
you know, people do that all the time, and that I don't find cool about any of it. But yeah, no, I had that happen with a couple, and I'm like, just because it's your wedding night doesn't mean you actually have to do anything. It's like
Yeah.
you could wait until the next day till you're, you know. No, I should make them sign a paper, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to see them again anyway. So
Did you did you scream when you saw that blood?
yeah, I thought, well, you know what? Like they could have like ripped the sheets off and flung them in the jacuzzi and put cold water on it or something, and
Hmm.
and how did they like what did they put a blanket over top of it? I don't know what they did, but I just remember it was a mess. It looked like somebody had been murdered in the bed,
Yeah.
and I mean that was that bad. And I thought, wow, like that's gross.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah.
is foul. That's really foul. So what are the plans that you and Patrick have for the upcoming season?
Well, did you see he's like, I don't even know what his job title is, but he's putting together like this Hollywood, like, it's like when he does like the film festival stuff that he does, this is
Yeah.
kind of like doing like for people to make their own independent movie, and it's going to give somebody's going to win, like, I think it's kind of like a contest thing. I posted it on my page, but like I have to talk to him about it because he's been really busy with that. Like this is like a paid job for him. It's like he's flown out to California actually a few times, like to meet with the people that he's working for.
Huh.
And I'm not sure what. Yeah, he's working on that. Maybe he might. Maybe we'll talk about that since we're just getting back into doing the podcast, and I haven't really got the whole lowdown. Plus, he has another podcast he does called Film Splat where he does all Bigfoot stuff.
Yeah.
So he's busy, but and actually his film festival, the Lake Charles Film Festival, is usually the beginning of October. So I forget who his guests are. He usually has like a guest celebrity at that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who it is for this year, unless he told me and I forgot. But I know, like I'm pretty sure Johnny Whitaker was maybe last year.
Yeah.
And then the girl that was on Airwolf was on. So like I know that those are people that he's talked about getting them on as guests on for us to interview.
Which girl from Airwolf? Which one?
Her name is Jill Scott, maybe. I think that was her name.
Because I know Michelle Scarabelli. She came on in the last season.
No, I'd have to look it up. I can't remember for sure, but Airwolf was with Jan Michael Vincent.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah, Airwolf. Yeah. She was. Maybe he had a couple last year. He had a couple that were celebrities that I think he asked the one, and they asked if they could bring their spouse, who was also in the entertainment. But and I can't remember their name. But one of them played a superhero on something. But yeah. But no, we're just doing like a regular episode tomorrow, like just how we do like TV, like when we do TV. I'm talking. I know my movie is Suspect with Cher, and my TV show is Policewoman, and I forget. Oh, my music is Soul to Soul. It does Back to Life.
Oh, okay.
You know that song?
No.
It's from the 80s.
Maybe if I heard it, I'd know it.
It's in commercials and stuff now. Even now, like Back to Life, Back to Reality.
It doesn't ring a bell. If I have to hear it in order to identify it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to look her up. Oh, there she is. What's her name?
I hope you get Lucinda on though.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh, I see. I see who you're talking. Right here. I'm looking. I look up the Airwolf. Jean Bruce Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Her. That's her name. But when I pull up just the list of people, it's not in their pictures. But when I scroll down some, there she was. That's who he had on there.
Yeah.
Who he had not too long ago. But we've never had her as a guest on the podcast, so maybe her too. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm just excited because I miss it and I miss talking to him and we talked about going into the 90s now too, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have a lot. I mean, we've done, I don't even know how many episodes. What do you know what's the number that we are today? Like, what's this number?
2434.
What is it?
2434.
2434?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've maybe done 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I just think that you're amazing that you remember all this stuff and people like I'll be out and like be talking to people. I was just talking to people bowling about like movies from the 80s and stuff, and I'll be saying that somebody's name is an actor or actress, and a lot of people be like, I don't know people's names. It's like I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember the actor or actress. And then when I talk to you, I think you know everybody. Like you know everybody and literally everybody and their brother. Yeah.
A lot of people, yep, a lot of people. I'm a Kovac. My dad's the same way. He knew everybody in our hometown, so I took after
Yeah.
him. So I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Why did the blonde have a bruised belly button?
I don't know.
Because her boyfriend was blonde.
Oh my. Okay. Okay, I had to think about that. Okay, yeah. Okay. Do you make these up yourself?
Oh,
You
no,
know?
no. These are old dad jokes.
Oh, dad jokes. Okay, cool. Well, I thank you for having me back, and that was fun. Sorry we were off to a rocky start, but
It's okay. Lisa, I love you, and it's always great to have you on to nerd out with me. And I'll talk to you again soon. God bless you. And I'm looking forward to the new season because I've missed listening to you guys.
thank you. Love you too, and thanks for having me again. It was fun. Wasn't sure if I would know how to talk, but I guess I did. So, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Have a great
Okay.
day.
You too.
Well, there you have it. Lisa Everetts. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh my God. I love talking to her. She's my podcasting sister in a lot of ways. I have a couple of them. Her, Rachel Clark, and a few others. But it's always great talking with her. Stay tuned for the new season of Ninja Pop. Ninja Pop podcast, Ninja Pop Retro. I know so many of these damn podcasts with the same names, I just can't keep up. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.